All right, let's
man.
do this, though. We brought it up a little bit with Greg Jennings and the Zach Wilson. I'm just, TJ, I'm through with Zach Wilson. And I gave you some of the numbers. They were bad. Like, remember, they were 7-3 last year without basically a quarterback, right? And they wound up not making the playoffs. They had a 3-game winning streak. The Giants gave them a gift win. They won in Denver. Denver was bad. I get it. They won 3 games. But the quarterback had 3 touchdowns, right, in 3 games. Like, they don't score. And they don't have – I don't care how good your defense is, and they got away with it, and they won a couple of games. But you have to have some offense, okay? You just have to. And my question, TJ, as somebody who plays football, you work these guys out. First of all, where were you on Zach Wilson? Should he have been drafted that high? Did they swing and miss? First, give me did you ever work out with him? Because I know you work with a lot of quarterbacks. Did you work out with him at all?
Often.
Tell me what you thought.
I thought he was a great athlete, a tremendous athlete, actually. I mean, he play basketball, can dunk, and do any type of dunk that you want to see. Not very big, but he's explosive. I mean, I don't know if he ran the 40, but if he did, I guarantee it was 4.6 and under.
Wow.
Like, Zach Wilson is a really good athlete, great arm. He was accurate. And Greg made a great point earlier is when you go to a team like the Jets and that media coverage and that pressure, because everybody thought Zach Wilson would be a good player. When I say everybody, all the supposed experts and general managers and scouts. And so, when we talk, he's a bust, this guy can't play. Is that really the case, or is it a lack of development and lack of coaching on these teams? Because we're not talking about a guy who is getting in trouble or a guy that doesn't seem to love the game the way other guys have been that were busts. They enjoy the night.
Like Jamarcus Russell. Right? You didn't get to feel like he wanted.
They're not putting the work in. And so, to me, is it a lack of development? And I say that because when you look at the Jets, who have they developed at the quarterback position? We didn't have time last hour. But since Mark Sanchez, when they won that playoff game, it was 2009, I believe, they beat my Bengals.
Mark Sanchez, has crazy, ready? He's got 4 playoff wins. Can you believe that? With Rex Ryan.
But
they won 4 playoff games.
Since Mark Sanchez, who have the Jets had at quarterback that you can say, he's the answer?
Okay, but let me do this. Okay, that's fair. I get the Jets thing, okay? I'm not going to discount it. But let me give you some names. Manziel, Bortles, Paxton Lynch, Trubisky, Darnold, Rosen was dumped after 1 year. You got Zach Wilson. Trey Lance gets jettisoned out of San Francisco. Like the guy had played 5 games. This is way too many. Help me. It ain't just a Jets problem.
Let's talk about some of those that you just named, okay? Manziel didn't love the game. He didn't love the game. He didn't study. He didn't know the playbook. He didn't know the game. He was bound to fail because he just didn't love the game of football. He didn't put the work in. We don't know if Trey Lance can play or he can't play. We haven't seen him. He hasn't
but they gave up on him.
They gave up on him because they felt like they had an answer, and they do now have an answer in Brock Purdy. But we haven't seen if Trey Lance can play or he can't play.
How about Rosen? Rosen was there 1 year in Arizona.
Josh Rosen did not play well at all in his 1 year in Arizona. And although he was drafted high, I don't care who you are. When you don't succeed, and then the people that you thought believed in you don't, your confidence is going to take a hit and just never the same. Your belief in your abilities is so much more than you actually going to do it. Others people's beliefs in your abilities is so much more. The mind controls the body. And you have to be able to tell yourself that you are that guy. And it's hard to do that when you're not playing well. And the people that you thought believed in you, they don't even believe in you. So, Josh Rosen, he just didn't get it done. Blake Bortles, come on now. And we're going to talk about this guy. Nathaniel Hackett was his offensive coordinator. Enough said. And I don't know Nathaniel Hackett, but I know Russell Wilson looked like he couldn't play last year. Now Russell Wilson looked like he playing all right this year.
Well, Aaron Rodgers swears by him, and he won 2 MVPs with Nathaniel Hackett.
Aaron Rodgers likes Nathaniel Hackett as a person. I don't know what type of coach he is, but Aaron Rodgers is rare. He's a once-in-a-generation type quarterback, so anybody could have been Aaron Rodgers' coach. Everybody said Mike McCarthy was just okay. He looked good when Aaron Rodgers, did he not?
Right. No,
and so, look, every coach that Aaron Rodgers has had.
Right. Let me ask you, Sam Darnold. Do you like Sam Darnold coming out of college?
I do.
Okay.
I like Sam Darnold a lot.
You still like him?
I do.
But he didn't play well with the Jets or Carolina.
The situation with the Jets, to me, it seems as if it's some type of dysfunction going on because nobody plays well with the Jets as of late at the quarterback position. The Carolina situation, there's no excuse for it. He had flashes, but I know firsthand Sam Darnold was really hurt with Carolina, and he tried to gut it out. He was really hurt, and he tried to gut it out because he felt like this is going to be my last chance as a starter. And so he tried to gut it out playing with an injury he shouldn't have played on, and it made him look bad. I know that firsthand. The Panthers know that also firsthand, that he shouldn't have been playing. And so not to make excuses, but I'm a believer in if Sam gets an opportunity is really organized and structured the correct way, I believe he'll show he's the goods. I think he's that good of a quarterback and that good of a player. But there's just some guys, man, that...
Mitch Trubisky, give me him.
Mitch Trubisky, when he was with Chicago, took him to the playoffs.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, but he wasn't able to sustain it, and they struggled a lot with him. That's all I'm saying. Like people have flashes, and people, when they drafted him, they thought he was going to be their quarterback, and he wound up not being that guy.
Should he have actually been drafted that high, though? He was a great athlete. He had a great arm. Should he have been drafted that high?
Probably not.
And so there's going to be some mistakes.
Why are the mistakes? What's the difference? What's the difference between, tell me, the difference between playing college football and excelling and getting to the NFL? I get the intangibles. The guy didn't study hard. The guy doesn't really love the game. He got paid. He got fat. He got sassy. You know what I mean? Like all of that. But there are way too many guys who are drafted high who don't make it. There's got to be what I don't understand it. Like, how can people miss Brock Purdy if this guy is really what they think he is now? How is he Mr. Irrelevant? How did team after team, round after round go by and nobody looked at this guy and thought he was even decent?
You know why? He's not big. He doesn't have a great arm. But you can see that. That's physical. You can see that part of it. Not a great arm. He's kind of smallish, kind of narrow. But in between the ears, he has it all. He processes. He understands things. You can't see that. And when you go to a school like Iowa State that doesn't produce quarterbacks very often, that's how you get lost in the shuffle. And so Brock Purdy should have been drafted higher. But everybody wants a guy that's 6'3", with a nice arm. And he doesn't have all of that. But what he does have, you can't see that. You have to really sit down with him and, wow, he really understands the game. He plays with anticipation. Now, you're going to miss. It's an inexact science. But me personally, I would want a guy that's a winner, that comes from a winning culture. Doesn't have to be a winning. You don't have to go to Ohio State and Alabama.
Well, look at Ohio State and all the games that they've won, and their quarterbacks, most of them have been busts coming from there.
All of them except for C.J. Stroud.
So far, right? C.J. looks great.
And look what they try to do to him going into the draft. Oh, he's not smart enough. He can't process information. He doesn't really understand a position the way a quarterback should. That test should be thrown in the trash forever.
Right, because he looks great to me.
And so to me, did the quarterback impact his university and that team when he became the starter? Did he impact them? I would like a guy to start at least 2 full seasons because now you've been playing. You've gone through some ebbs and flows, some highs and lows, and ups and downs. Quarterbacks are better than they've ever been because of this 7-on-7. They're throwing the ball so much. You see so many different coverages. But for me, if you can start 2 full seasons, and did you impact winning at the program that you were at? You didn't have to come from a winning program, but did you impact it when you became the starter? For me, that's what I would want.